Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, thanks, Green. Thanks, Jared. I'm going to ask you about PCE and CPI. So we now have two inflation reports in a row where year over year the headline inflation number has gone up. You couple that with real average hourly wages are actually down since the day President Biden took office, about 3%. So is that Bidenomics?
Yeah, no, I think we have a disagreement on a fact there. So, and we can certainly show you CEA's data on this. Real wages are up relative to before the pandemic. They're up for all private sector workers, but they're up even more for production non-supervisory workers. That's a term from the establishment survey that comes out every month. It's 80% of the workforce that's either blue collar in manufacturing or non-supervised, non-managers in services, and those wages are actually above the pre-pandemic level in real terms. So we just have a factual disagreement there. In terms of the trend in inflation, I think we probably have a disagreement there as well. The trend in the PCE, the trend in the CPI, whether you look at headline or core, and in fact, well, it's not here anymore, but that graph that was just there showed a very clear trend in the year-over-year CPI. If you take the more timely, say, 3-month annualized average, then you see an even clearer result. Inflation is easing. It continues to ease. There was a gas spike last month, no question. Gas went up almost 11% in August in the CPI. That's a little more than it went up in the real world because they seasonally adjust. It was more like 6%. But in the report, it was up, and we obviously take that very seriously.
I think it's a time frame issue. I'm looking at the day he came in office. But I want to ask you about those gas prices. Gas prices are a large part of the increase we saw in the CPI. Then why is the president then restricting future growth of the oil industry? He made the decision or the Interior Department made the decision in Alaska just last week.
Well, there are American oil production now is at an all-time high. It's just below 13 million barrels a day. There are thousands of available permits, places where oil companies could drill. They've been highly profitable. They've been highly productive. So I don't think that's the problem. As you said, the gas price added 34 basis points to the, more than half of the inflation increase was the gas price in August. I'm not going to predict gas prices for September because that is folly, but I will tell you there are various sources, which I mentioned a minute ago, putting downward pressure on gas prices in September, including the shift to a less expensive blend and the end of peak driving season. And at the same time, look, along with the fact that American producers are more productive than they've ever been, producing almost 13 million barrels a year, we're going to continue to work largely with anyone who will work with us, but certainly with the congressional Democrats, in cutting energy costs by investing in clean energy and reducing our dependence on foreign countries that don't share our values. I mean, I think that is the right agenda, and that's the one that we're aggressively pursuing.